For this first video, I want to talk about how Trader Joe's almost killed me, specifically with one of their products. To clarify, they did not force anything upon me in any way. It's not like a guy with free samples forced me to eat something just to have me start suffocating in the middle of the store. Not like that. This was more on the you signed the contract without reading the fine print type of vibe. And the reason it's a big deal to me to make me want to start off a YouTube channel with it will be clear in a second. Hi, my name is Deer, and this channel is dedicated to no idea. I'm probably just gonna talk about random or interesting stuff related to animals, biology, or maybe some other things. If you have any ideas, just comment them below. I'll definitely give them a read. So like around 3 years ago, I was walking home from work, and I usually like to take this longer path to pass by a small plaza with a Trader Joe's in it. I'd usually buy some of those trail mix bags with like the dark and white chocolate, so I could have like a quick snack or maybe even a damn meal whenever I get too hungry while trying to get to class, or maybe even just a meal in my room, I guess. But this time something else caught my interest. While on the sidewalk approaching the Trader Joe's, just walking down, you know how they usually have like a ton of produce like under like some roof, there's like flowers, plants, and whatever else. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying, I'm sure you do. And as I was about to enter the store, I saw it, a funny looking obese sized plant. And being the nerd that I am towards anything strange or unusual, and the total clown that I am towards anything funny looking, I just grabbed it, took it inside, bought it, went along to skip the trail mix for the day. Now this is where things got a little scary. As I was sitting in my room admiring this new plant, I decided to look up its name and how I can fully take care of it. Because of course I researched it after buying it. I was the one person that would throw away the cooking instructions on the frozen orange chicken box, not knowing how to cook it properly, getting stuck, and consulting it from the trash. Anyway, I looked up any indoor care for these plants. The desert rose. Native to Africa, Madagascar, and the Middle East, they share very similar needs to cactuses and other desert plants. Hence the name desert rose, why it's called that. But it also has obese in its name, which I think is pretty funny. I assumed at first it would be pretty similar to other water deprived plants, but because Trader Joe's just has basic instructions on it, just like many of their potted plants, like water them once in a while, let them have direct sunlight from a window pointing south or whatever. Just basically, if you knew elementary biology on what plants need to survive, you can take care of this. But then, while scrolling down Google to find anything else I needed to know, I saw a Reddit post titled, "How Poisonous Are Desert Roses?" I was more confused than anything. Why would this plant need to be poisonous? Like, I know there's no like prickly needles on it or whatever to defend itself, but why poison? Like, it could have chosen something else. Like, are they talking about the same plant I have? The very same plant that was sitting a single foot away from me. I click on the post and find basically no comments on it, no answers, nothing. Besides this one, which is pretty vague, just talking about how many plants are called this. Oh, and do you mean adenium? The plant I have? Then he talks about a different species that apparently will not instantly kill you because everyone has different sensitivity to their sap. Now, what is sitting right next to me? And this person's just scaring me, saying, "Oh yeah, just call poison control if you feel concerned, Oh yeah, because I already took a fucking bite out of my plant, dude. That's of course. Let me call poison control as I spasm on the ground." This left me with more questions than anything, dude. More concerns than I could ever imagine. So I look it up. Are desert roses poisonous? All parts of the plant are toxic. Symptoms may include slow heartbeat, low blood pressure, lethargy, dizziness, and stomach upset. As I saw this, let's click on it, see what it tells me. First thing, warning. Seek urgent medical attention for any ingestion. But then right here, it just gives me a reassurance. It's potentially toxic. Potentially. They're not sure. At this point, I was just so baffled that I just walked in to Trader Joe's, picked up a random ass plant, brought it home without anyone, absolutely anyone, not even a sign telling me, "Hey man, these are very toxic." Hadn't I looked up the name that day or saw that Reddit post, what if I was pruning the tree and I accidentally rubbed my eyes, bruh? When I tell you I stared at this plant for a good 5 minutes trying to figure out what to do with it. I mean, I was stone-faced debating if I should return it and look like a complete idiot just bringing a plant to Trader Joe's, returning it because I'm scared of it. No, I kept it. Look, I didn't want to look weird. I didn't want to look weird taking a plant to Trader Joe's. This next Reddit post from a year ago actually clarified some things. It's not... Mr. Krabs! Mr. Krabs tells me it's not very toxic. Stop spreading misinformation. This is confusing to me. I've just been seeing warnings everywhere. And this guy's taking it like, no, your blood pressure will lower and also your heart may stop. No, don't worry, it'll come back in a little bit. It's not that bad. As the toxicity isn't even at the highest of the spectrum. Apparently it's at the very end, the very lowest end of the toxicity spectrum. And then this person replies with, unsure what your credentials are to call this misinformation, as I provided a link that says death is possible. So we go up here to see the link. Oh my god. Damn, it's taking a while. I better get a virus. Who's this? Yo! Now the ASPCA, which is a pretty reliable source, I'm looking down here, it says clinical signs: vomiting, diarrhea. What the hell is depression? Wait, what? Irregular heartbeat and death. Now this tells me Mr. Krabs may not be super trustworthy, as this person actually went on to give us links to show us something. Now my question to Trader Joe's is, why isn't there a sign about this? Even if it's like mildly toxic, like you should put a warning on this. Like there's no warning on this at all. I have it in the original pot. It's in that same pot. In fact, it's still over there, but there's no warning on it. Nothing about neurotoxicity on the pot it came with. Nothing. Ah yes, here's the basis of what it needs and how beautiful its flowers are when they rarely bloom. Oh, having a sap that could cause heart disruptions and neurological damage? You can ignore that part, man. That's just fine. By the way, while taking a picture of the potted plant, there was a worm coming out of it. I don't know if I should be concerned or just leave it there. I don't know. It's just weird. Now, to give you a perspective of how toxic these plants are, a couple months ago, I stumbled upon the Best Food Reviews Show's channel and binge watched most of their videos. On an episode of Sunny eating with and interviewing an African tribe, they show him how they survive off the land, what things they find to eat, and even how they make their special poison to put on their hunting arrows. As you guessed, this plant is so poisonous. There is a tribe in Africa that uses its concentrated sap as poison for their arrows. I can't be the only one seeing how bad this is. Like, dude, no warning on the plant, no sign outside telling you it's even bad for pets. If you look up Trader Joe's Desert Rose, you'll find basically nothing on it. It's almost like they hardly sold them and kept it a secret that this thing has the potential to kill a man. Like, this is a poison-producing plant. The more interesting part about this episode is the tribal women need to lick the meat they hunted to find bitter spots in order to continue to clean the meat, because that's how the poison tastes. They know how the poison tastes. They're licking this stuff. Even with the reassurance that this thing is not super toxic in low concentrations, I still don't want it. I don't want to touch this. Like, I just, no. So what's the takeaway from this? Don't buy weird shrubs you find at the supermarket unless you know what it is. Even if there's no warning on it, because apparently you still have to look it up, because either they package this without knowing themselves. But anyway, if you sat through this video till now, thank you. This was the first of many videos I plan to make, and if you care enough for this style of video to like and subscribe, I would love that. It would let me know you want more stories like this, or more mystery shrubs at your doorstep. Again, thank you for watching. Be safe.